Podcasting is more than just talking, it's listening. BSing with Bob Schmidt.
The BS with Bob Schmidt podcast featuring entrepreneurs, business people, and marketers. This week talking with a special guest, Deon, joining me. He's a singer, dancer, a cruise director, and entertainer, and I had the opportunity to hang with him for about 5 days on a Carnival Cruise. And I'll tell you what, a lot of fun. If you've never been on a cruise before, I would definitely suggest going on one. It's the first cruise for me ever, which was fantastic. You did a great job. So I remember Julie from The Love Boat.
Yeah.
You're totally way more energetic than what I would have ever pictured her doing.
Oh, cool. Well, I mean, it's all about fun. I know a lot of people with cruising, it's a different experience. A lot of people, it's something different where a lot of people come together, and I try my best to work hard to make sure that everybody feels included and everybody gets something out of it, especially becoming one and being a part of the experience that's totally different.
So how long have you been doing this?
Cruise director, 3 months now.
That's it? 3
yeah,
months?
3 months, yeah. I've been working for ships for 2 years.
Really? So what did you do prior to being a cruise director?
I was Fun Squad, and then I went to Bingo Host, and then I went to Comedy Club Manager, and then after that, I got promoted to...
So what do they look for in something like that? Being energetic,
yeah,
being able to
energetic.
sing, being able to get people involved and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. A person who has good, decent hosting skills that can woo the crowd as well, get the crowd going. That's all pretty much. Just a person who's the hype man of the whole cruise, basically.
Right. So, I mean, is this the dream job? Is this when you're like a little kid, Deon, growing up, saying, I want to be a cruise director, or how did this happen for you?
It just happened, actually. I went to school. I got my BA in theater. I wanted to do something more performance-based, and then my good friend Steven told me about cruise ships, and he told me to apply, so I applied and been here ever since.
So is it a long vetting process in order to get into being a cruise director?
Yeah, it's normally a long process. Yeah, you have to work hard, a whole lot of hours to get there. Yeah.
So all right, so this is the first time I've ever been on a cruise. So to me, this was amazing. I've had friends that I went with, that I came here with, that have been on. This is their 6th cruise, and they're like, this is really cool, and you've done a really great job of getting everybody involved and stuff. So what would you suggest to somebody that's never been on a cruise before? How do you go about getting, finding the right one to go to? What do you bring with you? What kind of, what do you need to do in order to have a successful cruise?
I would say out of every cruise line offers different things. So you just have to find the cruise line that works for you. For Carnival, it's all about fun, out there, party crowd. If you want to party, Carnival is the cruise line to go with. Royal Caribbean is more chilled, laid back. Celebrity is mainly geared towards the older crowd who are, just like to go out on an excursion, chill, relax. And each cruise line, it gives you a different feel. So it's just whatever fits what you want. And also Disney is more geared towards only family and only the kids. And I mean, Carnival does the same thing. We try to get the kids, get the partiers, get the older people as well, and bring them all together.
Right. One of the things you've been saying a lot when you, like, in between the different things that I've been to, you're like, the party just keeps moving and stuff. And that's really the way it is. I mean, the parties move from this to that to that to that. And I would have never thought that you'd see comedy on a cruise. I never would have thought that you would have had as good a food as you did. Honestly, I thought it would be like going to just some crappy buffet.
Oh, really?
That's really what I thought. And no, the food's been good. The room's nice. The staff here is fantastic. And the Alchemy Bar, Anna.
Yeah.
And actually, I mean, the Alchemy Bar on the cruise line, on the cruise that I'm on, the Sensation, fantastic. I mean, the drinks that they came up with, wonderful.
Wonderful. It's one of my favorite. One of my favorite bars. It's on every ship now. We just started the Alchemy. The Alchemy has been around for about almost a year now. It started off with Vista, and then they started rolling out on every other ship. So it's been a good asset.
I noticed that the staff is from like all over the world, which is a really cool thing and a really cool experience. Now, being a white guy from Middle America, middle-aged white guy from Middle America, I wish that the whole world was like this. Because I mean, honestly, there's people, all races, all creeds, all whatever, all shapes, all sizes on this cruise ship. And everybody, I didn't see anybody fighting. I didn't see anybody calling anybody names. I didn't see anybody, like, ugh. Everybody like loved each other. Why can't the world be more like a cruise ship?
I wish it could be. It's like, I'm happy that I did start working on cruise ships, because coming from Arkansas, I didn't see much culture and diversity. Came here and literally, especially like with the crew members, we have over 78 different nationalities on board this vessel alone.
Wow. So how many staff? So what? 4,000 people can be on a boat.
This on fantasy class is 2,000, a little bit over 2,000, and we have roughly almost 936 crew members on board.
Really? So it's basically a 1-to-2 ratio.
Yeah, 1 to 2.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, that's kind of crazy to think about that there's that many people, and you know. But I mean, the thing runs flawlessly.
Yeah.
I mean, for as many people that are here, I'm guessing that not everybody treats everything the way that they should treat everything.
Yeah.
But if you go through and you walk through the place, you don't see anything that's out of the ordinary.
It's a beautiful experience. I'm happy that I'm actually working on cruise ships doing what I'm doing, because it's beautiful to see all of our different nationalities come together. We eat together, we drink together, we party together. I've never, working on cruise ships for my past 2 years, I've never seen crew members even fight each other.
Really? That's kind of crazy. Like I said, I mean, if the world would be more like this, we'd have a much happier place to live. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you work from sun up to sundown. Well, sun up to when everybody goes to bed.
Yeah.
So how many hours a day do you work?
Roughly 10 to 11.
Oh,
it depends on how. Yeah, it's not.
It
as
seems
bad.
like you're working a lot more.
Yeah,
it
seems
every time
like
you see
it,
it's like Deon's doing this and that. So is it pre-recorded when you're doing the overhead stuff?
I'm sorry.
Is the overhead stuff pre-recorded, or is that?
Oh no, it's all live. Yeah,
really?
Everything's live. Everything I'm doing.
But I can tell. So from watching you and being a person that's been on the radio for 30 years, I can tell that you like working the audience better than you like working the mic.
Yeah.
Over the
Definitely.
thing.
Yes,
so
definitely.
Has your theater experience brought you to different places before it brought you here?
Yes. Before I did a lot of work. I did some work in New York, but it was little minor work. But the biggest thing I've done is in Charlotte, North Carolina. I did a 4-show contract there where I was in a cast, and we did 4 shows. I did Annie as ensemble. I was in Sister Act the musical as Eddie, and then we did Aladdin, and I was Iago the bird, fun fact. And then we did Chicago as well. I was Fred Kaisley.
That's cool. So is it hard to remember your lines?
Yeah, I mean, you get used to it after you do it so many times. It's ingrained in your brain. You can't forget it.
Right. So the different places you've gone, seeing basically the world on the cruise ship. Coolest port style?
My coolest port, my favorite one is Bermuda.
Why?
They have a beautiful beach called Horseshoe Bay. Literally, the sand is pink sand, and like Half Moon Cay, if you thought the water was blue at Half Moon Cay, it's bluer there.
I honestly could not believe how clear the water was, how white the sand was, how beautiful the island was, and how much just stuff there was to see, and how the beauty that you could see. And as far as you could see, the water was crystal clear, and you can look down and see the bottom of the ocean.
See your hand and everything. Is
that
beautiful.
is crazy to me, because I live on the Mississippi River.
Yeah, of course you're not gonna see it.
And you can't. I mean, you put your hand under the water. It's like I have no hand. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Exactly.
It's a totally different experience. So, would you suggest to somebody that would want to perhaps get into working for a cruise line to do it, or what kind of steps would somebody have to take in order to do that?
Definitely do it. It just depends on whatever department you want to work in. So with Carnival, you can go on Carnival Entertainment if you want to do anything entertainment based, from punchline or comedian, or show band singer, or playlist performer, cruise director. And then with other jobs like bartender or housekeeping or doctors or anything like that, you'll go through carnival.com under careers. But definitely do it. It's a process. I won't lie to you about that, but it's definitely the thing to do. Especially when you're young, if you want to travel the world, definitely do it.
Right. So what kind of advice would you give to somebody that's just kind of starting off and wants to maybe get into entertainment?
Best thing to do is go for it. If you want to do it, be all in it. Be ready to do it. Do the work and do whatever you have to do to get to there. Never give up.
I gotta say, okay, so watching you and DJ Lutz.
Hools,
yeah. Yes. Okay, yeah, but watching you guys, it's pretty amazing to just like not even having a care in the world.
Yeah. My mom said I've always been outgoing and trying to get people to do stuff, and I was raised up in church and all the other stuff, so it's just like, I guess it came natural to me. And some people, it's a learned thing. You can definitely learn what tactics to get people to, be a part of it. But as long as my rule of thumb, as long as people see that you don't care and you're having a good time, they'll have a good time as well.
Well, one of the items that you guys had as an event for the cruise is questions and answers. So what kind of questions do people ask you in those?
A lot of they asked us about relationships. How do people survive in relationships? And I told them, one thing about Carnival is that we link IDs. We call it the ship marriage, where you wherever your spouse goes, you go as well. So your spouse, you will not go nowhere without your spouse. And that Carnival is good about keeping people together. Another fun fact, I told them about all the food that we eat and the leftover foods. We take them down to level 3, and it gets processed, and it becomes fish food actually, and we feed the fish. Yeah.
I was wondering what happened, because I'm guessing that there's a lot of waste that happens in a ship, which is really too. I mean, it's really too bad to see. But I mean, with all the food that you have and all the alcohol and all the tons of fun that you have, that there's got to be some waste. And to see that it's actually being used as food, that's a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing. I appreciate you stopping by and spending some time with me here on the BS with Bob Schmidt podcast. Anything when it comes to marketing and stuff? Anything that you want to you have any ideas for people for marketing their businesses and stuff like that?
One thing, Carnival, and one of Victoria Rossi, she's a part of our branding, and she always told us, find what it is that you're good at and hold on to it and keep it and make that your brand, whether it's you cater to the kids or the families, or if you're just the boy next door and everybody you want to, because I always wanted to be that person that I could be your brother, I could be your best friend, I could be your son, and I want to be sure that I reach each and every person that I meet.
Right. So what's the Deon brand?
Deon brand, I'm literally your cousin, I'm your brother, I'm your son, I'm your best friend, and that's what I want to be.
Right.
I don't want to come from a spot where I'm pushing myself on you, but I want you to feel as if you can talk to me any time of the day, wherever you see me around the ship. A lot of people, I've used to get comments from guests that were like, I was too afraid to talk to you, so I was like, Jesus, I had found a way for them to feel comfortable to talk to me. And I don't want anybody to feel like they can't talk to me, because I'm a regular human being like any other person. So definitely your friend, if anything.
So how does somebody hook up and find, how does somebody find Deon if they're like, I've been on a cruise ship and that guy was there and he's pretty awesome. How do we find you?
Facebook, Deon Entertainment, Deon Entertainment. You can message me if you have any questions about cruise ships. Definitely message me and I'll definitely answer back.
Excellent. Now give me the old Deon end line.
This is your cruise director Deon, and howdy ho, and I gotta go. See you, thank you, and love your Carnival sensation.
The BS with Bob Schmidt podcast is brought to you by Orange Computer. Find them online at orangecomputerlax.com. Tell your story with microcasts by podcastforhire.com. The BS with Bob Schmidt podcast is a podcast for hire production.